Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber's challenges only strengthened their Bond source claims. May sound like a headline built to grab attention, yet it beautifully opens the door to explore the world of celebrities and how their relationships careers. Fashion choices, charity work, fan interactions, and inspirational journeys all weave together into stories that captivate us. And with Justin Bieber, we see a journey that began with a boy uploading videos on YouTube, only to become one of the most recognizable names in music worldwide, and yet behind the fame, he faced struggles from public pressure to health challenges. But through it all, he transformed pain into music that connected deeply with fans, songs that reminded people they were not alone and alongside him. Hailey Bieber carved her own path in fashion and modeling, gracing runways, magazines, and campaigns while showing resilience in carving out her identity, beyond being defined by her last name, and their relationship, often placed under a spotlight, became a testament to love, patience, and faith with both of them, openly speaking about the importance of support, trust, and personal growth. And when we see their bond strengthen through challenges, it reflects a larger truth: that the celebrity world is not only about glamour, but also about resilience and reinvention. And we find that same truth echoed in countless other stars, like Selena Gomez, who grew from Disney beginnings to becoming a global music and acting force. While launching Rare Beauty, a brand that emphasizes mental health awareness and authenticity, connecting with fans who often say she feels like a friend guiding them. And then there is Demi Lovato, whose journey of overcoming personal challenges and using their voice for advocacy in mental health equality and empowerment shows how struggles can evolve into inspiration. And their story resonates with millions who see that even those in the spotlight face battles but can rise stronger. And speaking of strength, no story exemplifies it better than Lady Gaga, who transformed herself from Stefani Germanotta into a global icon of music, fashion, and advocacy, creating unforgettable performances while launching the Born This Way Foundation to encourage kindness and mental health awareness. Her ability to turn vulnerability into empowerment reshaped pop culture. And from there, we move to Beyoncé, whose evolution from Destiny's Child to solo superstar became a blueprint for artistic reinvention, and whose philanthropy through Baygood has impacted education, disaster relief, and women's empowerment worldwide, proving that true stardom is measured not only in hits, but in the change you bring to others. And much like Beyoncé and Jay-Z balance artistry with influence, Justin and Hailey embody the balance of personal life with the demands of fame. And when we look to power couples across industries, we see similar themes of endurance and inspiration, like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, who balance Hollywood success with humor, entrepreneurship, and family values while continuously giving back through hospitals, charities, and advocacy for children and the environment. And then there is Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, whose openness on social media about family joys and heartbreaks humanized them in ways that gave fans courage to share their own stories, reminding us that even celebrities live through moments of vulnerability that become sources of unity and healing. And circling back to resilience, we cannot overlook Demi Moore, who reinvented herself through decades of Hollywood highs and lows, or Robert Downey Jr., who went from personal struggles to becoming Iron Man, a role that not only revived his career but inspired millions, proving that redemption is possible, no matter how far someone has fallen. And his journey parallels that of Justin Bieber, whose early fame brought challenges, but who used growth, maturity, and love to rise into a stronger, more grounded version of himself. And just as Justin Bieber found redemption and strength through his music career, his marriage to Hailey Bieber became a sanctuary that reminded fans of the power of partnership and how challenges can shape stronger bonds. Because while tabloids focused on drama and speculation, the real story was about growth, about two individuals learning to support each other through faith, therapy, and communication. And this kind of evolution mirrors the stories of countless celebrities who turned personal trials into platforms for inspiration. For example, Taylor Swift, who began as a country prodigy, faced endless scrutiny over her relationships, her artistry, and even her ownership of her music catalog. Yet she reinvented herself time and again through eras that celebrated storytelling, resilience, and empowerment. Her re-recorded albums symbolized not only artistic control, but also the triumph of perseverance and ownership over one's narrative. And in her journey, fans found courage to reclaim their own voices. And this echoes back to Justin and Hailey, who showed that when you take control of your story, you create a legacy that transcends rumors and becomes something uplifting. And while Taylor created cultural Wave stars like Rihanna took resilience into entrepreneurship, creating Fenty Beauty, a brand celebrated for inclusivity and innovation, transforming the beauty industry while still remaining a beloved performer and philanthropist supporting education. And emergency relief worldwide, Rihanna's journey highlights how fame can expand into movements that uplift entire communities. And similarly, Hailey Bieber ventured into the world of beauty, with her skincare line Rhode showing that she too could channel her platform into business while standing for transparency, authenticity, and self-care values that resonate deeply with her fan base. And while people often focus on celebrity controversies, what is often overlooked is how much they give back, like Angelina Jolie, who has long been celebrated not only for her acting, but for her humanitarian work as a UNHCR special envoy, advocating for refugees and displaced families across the world. Her ability to combine artistry with advocacy shows the true impact of celebrity influence. And in that same vein, Leonardo DiCaprio used his fame to create environmental change, founding the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation to support conservation and climate action, demonstrating that Hollywood influence can contribute to global solutions. And these examples remind us of how Justin and Hailey's relationship struggles are only one part of a much larger story of stars using their challenges as fuel for growth and inspiration. And when we shift our attention to actors like Keanu Reeves, we find another moving example of humility and kindness, because despite his global fame, Reeves remains grounded, known for treating fans and crew with respect, while quietly donating to charities. For cancer research and children's hospitals, his story demonstrates that real stardom is about heart and humility, and the same could be said of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who rose from adversity to professional wrestling superstardom, then transitioned to become one of Hollywood's most bankable actors. Yet he never forgot his roots, consistently sharing motivational messages, supporting children's causes, and building businesses that emphasize positivity and inspiration. His journey parallels the perseverance of Justin Bieber, who after health struggles and burnout returned to music with renewed strength, finding purpose beyond the stage through faith, love, and advocacy for mental health. And the beauty of these interconnected stories is that they show us that every celebrity, from singers to actors to athletes to models, faces unique hurdles, but what unites them is the ability to transform setbacks into comebacks. And when we see Serena Williams dominate tennis while advocating for gender equality and opening doors for future generations of athletes, we understand that fame can become a megaphone for empowerment. And when we look at Oprah Winfrey, whose life began with hardship, yet transformed into one of the most powerful voices in media, philanthropy, and inspiration, we are reminded that celebrities embody the dreams and struggles of millions, and their ability to rise higher becomes proof that with resilience, anything is possible. And even in the world of K-pop, groups like BTS faced skepticism and cultural barriers, but rose to global superstardom by connecting deeply with fans through messages of self-love, mental health, and perseverance, proving that artistry fueled by authenticity resonates across borders. And generations, and all of these stories converge to remind us that Justin and Hailey Bieber's journey is not just about fame or headlines, but about resilience and love, and how the challenges that once seemed overwhelming became the foundation of a bond that continues to inspire millions who see in them not perfection, but progress, not flawless fairy tales, but honest evolution. And as we follow this thread of growth and transformation, we cannot ignore how the stories of celebrities become mirrors for our own lives. Because when Justin Bieber speaks about facing anxiety, depression, and health issues, and Hailey shares about coping with public scrutiny and even her own health scares fans feel less alone. They see two people navigating real-life issues just like them, but under a spotlight that magnifies every detail. And yet their ability to rise stronger together gives hope. And this hope is echoed in other celebrity stories like that of Zendaya, who began as a Disney Channel star and transformed into an Emmy-winning actress and global fashion icon. Her journey shows the world how authenticity, grace, and dedication can lead to success without losing touch with humility. And then we have Timothée Chalamet, who captivated audiences with his breakout role in Call Me By Your Name, and has since balanced indie films with blockbuster franchises, all while maintaining a down-to-earth charm that makes him relatable to fans across generations. And when we step back, we realize that what makes celebrities resonate is not only their talent, but their ability to connect through vulnerability and resilience. And this connection is beautifully demonstrated by Adele, whose music about heartbreak, healing, and growth became anthems for millions. Her willingness to be open about personal struggles with weight, image, and self-identity inspired countless fans to embrace their imperfections and find beauty in their journeys. And that same honesty can be seen in stars like Miley Cyrus, who reinvented herself multiple times, from child star to bold performer to reflective artist, using her platform to support LGBTQ rights, animal welfare, and self-expression, showing that transformation is part of growth, and that evolution is something to be celebrated, not shamed. And when we look at stars who turn their pain into purpose, we cannot overlook Michael B. Jordan, who not only brought powerful performances in films like Creed and Black Panther, but also used his influence to amplify diversity and representation in Hollywood through his production company, demonstrating that celebrity impact goes far beyond the screen. And then there is Viola Davis, whose journey from poverty to becoming an Academy Award-winning actress is nothing short of inspiring. She uses her platform to advocate for equality, representation, and opportunities for underrepresented voices, reminding us that stories matter and that voices once silenced can echo loudly across the globe. And much like these stars, Justin and Hailey Bieber remind us that behind every glamorous cover photo, there is a story of challenges, choices, and courage, and that resilience is a thread running through the fabric of celebrity culture, from the silver screen to the music stage to the world of sports. And speaking of sports icons like LeBron James, built legacies not only through championships, but also through philanthropy, such as opening the I Promise School to provide opportunities for at-risk youth. His commitment to community shows that true greatness extends beyond talent. And when we look at Simone Biles, who faced immense pressure, as the world's greatest gymnast yet stepped back from competition to protect her mental health, she redefined what it means to be a role model by showing courage in prioritizing well-being over expectations, and in her strength millions found permission to care for themselves. And this theme of prioritizing well-being echoes in the story of Justin Bieber, who paused tours to focus on his health, and in doing so showed fans that it is okay to slow down and heal. And when we connect this back to Hailey Bieber's support, we see the power of unity and love as forces of healing and growth. And this lesson resonates beyond celebrity culture, reminding all of us that strength often comes not from avoiding struggles, but from walking through them hand in hand. And as we continue unfolding these interconnected journeys, it becomes clear that the power of celebrity stories lies in their ability to inspire through both triumphs and trials. Because when fans watch Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber leaning on each other during difficult seasons, they see reflections of their own lives and relationships, and this emotional resonance is what turns stars into icons, not simply their talent, but the humanity they display. And when we broaden the lens, we find countless similar examples like Priyanka Chopra, Jonas, who transitioned from Bollywood royalty to Hollywood star while also becoming a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, championing education and women's rights across the globe. Her journey is not only about breaking barriers, but about building bridges between cultures and industries. And alongside her, Nick Jonas pursued his path from boy band fame to acting and solo music. Yet together, they became a global couple, embodying the idea that love and partnership can thrive across borders and backgrounds. And in their story, fans discovered parallels to Justin and Hailey's as two people navigating demanding careers while choosing to grow closer instead of apart. And when we look further at iconic partnerships, we see David and Victoria Beckham, who have remained cultural powerhouses for decades, balancing careers in sports, music, fashion, and business while maintaining a family life that often serves as inspiration for fans worldwide. And Victoria's evolution from pop star to respected fashion designer shows how reinvention is a hallmark of longevity in the spotlight. And that reinvention theme continues with Jennifer Lopez, who transformed from dancer to actress to global music superstar, all while embracing entrepreneurship, philanthropy, and resilience. Her ability to shine through criticism, challenges, and decades of shifting industries proves that authenticity and hard work build lasting influence. And Justin Bieber's career echoes that, because despite backlash and growing pains, he stayed committed to his artistry, evolving his sound and image with maturity and honesty. And in that honesty, fans grew with him just as they did with Britney Spears, who despite personal challenges remained one of the most influential pop icons of all time. Her resilience and eventual freedom became symbolic of fighting for autonomy and truth. And the support she received from fans worldwide highlighted how deeply celebrity journeys connect with collective emotions. And speaking of collective emotions, we cannot forget about Kobe Bryant, whose legacy extended far beyond basketball. His passion for storytelling through his Oscar-winning short film, And his dedication to mentoring the next generation of athletes and dreamers demonstrated that celebrity impact is not measured solely in championships, but in the lives inspired, and his story reminds us of the fleeting nature of life and the importance of leaving behind a legacy of love, determination, and purpose. And just as fans look to Kobe for inspiration, they look to Justin and Hailey for proof that even under immense pressure, it is possible to stand together, to evolve, and to turn challenges into stepping stones for deeper love and more meaningful impact. And when we think about impactful transformations, we remember stars like Matthew McConaughey, who transitioned from romantic comedies to Academy Award-winning performances, reinventing his career, while also dedicating time to philanthropy, education, and politics, proving that identity is never fixed but constantly evolving. Just as Justin evolved from teen idol to mature artist and husband, and just as Hailey evolved from model to businesswoman and advocate, and together they show that reinvention within a relationship can be just as powerful as reinvention within a career. And as the stories of reinvention and resilience continue to weave through the fabric of celebrity culture, we see again and again that the stars who inspire most are not those who live without challenge, but those who transform adversity into opportunity. And when we return to Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber, we see how their openness about mental health struggles, about growing together in marriage, and about learning to prioritize what truly matters, gives fans permission to face their own journeys with courage and honesty, and this ability to influence lives goes beyond music or modeling. It becomes something deeply personal and transformative. And when we look at other stars, we find the same patterns. For instance, Shakira, who began singing as a teenager in Colombia, went on to dominate global charts, while also using her success to found the Barefoot Foundation, bringing education and resources to children in need. Her commitment to giving back shows that celebrity platforms can spark real-world change. And similarly, Malala Yousafzai, though not a Hollywood celebrity in the traditional sense, became a global icon through courage and advocacy for girls. Education proving that influence takes many forms and that stories of resilience resonate across industries, cultures, and borders. And then we think of BTS, who shattered cultural barriers, becoming ambassadors of self-love and positivity, whose fans known as ARMY often credit their music and messages with helping them through depression, loneliness, and identity struggles. Their global success demonstrates how artistry combined with authenticity creates legacies that transcend entertainment. And in the same spirit, we see stars like Billie Eilish, who began releasing music from her bedroom and quickly became a Grammy-winning phenomenon, yet who continues to speak openly about climate change, self-identity, and mental health, inspiring millions to embrace uniqueness and vulnerability. And all of these journeys connect with Justin and Hailey's because they all reveal how fame magnifies but does not erase humanity. And in fact, humanity is what makes fame sustainable. And when we look at iconic figures like Madonna, who redefined pop culture with reinvention across decades, or Elton John, who overcame addiction to become not only a musical legend, but also a leading force in global AIDS advocacy, we are reminded that true greatness is never about perfection. It is about impact and endurance. And this same truth lives in contemporary stars like Harry Styles, who evolved from a boy band heartthrob into a solo artist celebrated for pushing boundaries in fashion and music, all while maintaining an approachable and genuine connection with his fans. His ability to blend artistry, confidence, and kindness embodies the very themes of resilience and evolution that shine in Justin and Hailey's journey. And when fans watch the Biebers supporting one another, they are reminded that love can be both fragile and unbreakable. That challenges can feel overwhelming, yet serve as the very fire that forges stronger bonds. And this universal truth resonates across every corner of the entertainment world, from actors to athletes to activists. Because in the end, what we celebrate in celebrities is not the perfection of their lives, but the authenticity of their stories. And when we reflect on the authenticity of stories, we cannot overlook how celebrities use their visibility to bring light to causes that matter deeply to them, and how those efforts ripple out into the world, inspiring millions to take action. And we see this with Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber, who not only share glimpses of their personal challenges, but also align themselves with conversations about mental health, wellness, and community support. And when they open up, it encourages fans to speak their own truths, which is a gift in itself. And this cycle of inspiration continues across countless celebrities, such as Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, who chose to step back from royal duties in order to carve their own path, focusing on humanitarian efforts and mental health advocacy. Despite the controversies surrounding them, they remain committed to using their platform for good, and in many ways their choice mirrors Justin and Hailey's decision to prioritize personal happiness over outside expectations. And when we turn our attention to figures like Ellen DeGeneres, we see a story of breaking barriers by becoming one of the first openly gay women in entertainment to achieve mainstream success, using her platform to spread kindness, generosity, and representation for decades. And though her career faced ups and downs, the influence of her authenticity cannot be denied. And just like that, we are reminded of the enduring message that embracing who you truly are can inspire generations to come. And when we consider authenticity, there is no better example than Dolly Parton, who throughout decades of fame remained unapologetically herself, using her success not only for music and entertainment, but also for philanthropy, such as donating millions of books through her Imagination library, and even helping to fund medical research that led to life-saving vaccines. Her ability to stay true to herself while giving generously is a lesson in lasting legacy. And this theme of legacy resonates with Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber, as they too are building a story that is about more than music or modeling. It is about how love and resilience can ripple outward and inspire others to hold on through their own challenges. And just as their love story strengthens through trials, we see similar inspiration in power couples like Barack and Michelle Obama, whose partnership redefined leadership, family, and grace under pressure, inspiring countless people around the world to dream bigger and push harder. And when we connect these examples together, from political leaders to pop icons, from athletes to actors, it becomes clear that what unites them all is the shared ability to transform their humanity into inspiration for others. And the Biebers stand in this tradition, showing that even in the glare of the spotlight, challenges do not have to destroy, but can instead fortify love and character. And when we look ahead, it becomes exciting to imagine what legacies Justin and Hailey will continue to build. Because if history has shown us anything, it is that resilience, when met with love and authenticity, becomes a story that lasts far beyond headlines.